Hello guys, welcome back. This is Right Way Gaming bringing you another Destiny 2 video, and today was the launch of the season of the Drifter. And I'm going to take you through what you need to be doing in order to earn those prime Gambit armor sets. So I was under the impression that we'd only be able to get like one piece of the gear each week, but that is wrong. You can get all 5 pieces by the looks of it. And I'll take you through that, and I'll explain to you how the system's going to work. So, as soon as you launch the game for Season of the Drifter launches, you'll go and see the is it the Drifter? Yeah, it's the Drifter, and he will give you a quest basically, or a bounty, to go and play Gambit Prime. So the best thing to do is pick up the 4 Gambit Prime bounties that are available for you at the moment, and there'll be one that basically says to kill the Gambit Primeval, which is easier said than done. I used a team of 4 to get it done, and yeah, it was pretty simple when you've got a team to do it, but again, this is a very team-focused game. Gambit Prime is a lot harder than the standard Gambit game mode because the Primeval has so much more health, and you don't have Primeval stacks. You do, but there's a way you earn it. So, Gambit Prime, how does it work? It's the same as the other game mode, apart from a few different things. New maps is one. You have 3 envoys instead of 2, so you have to kill the first 2 envoys to kill and then the third one spawns and you kill him. You kill that one and it will spawn a pool of light. You have to stand in this pool of light to get any decent amount of damage on the boss. If you don't, it negates it by over, I think it's like 10 times the amount. Like I was doing like 50 with my heavy machine gun, but if I stood in the pool of light, I was getting like 1,000 per headshot, so that kind of shows you the difference. And then it's just a case of rinse and repeat. Now, with how low his health doesn't go down, if you get invaded, his health will constantly go back up if you die. And there's a new mechanic in play, so that if you don't kill the Primeval within a certain amount of time, whoever's got the Primeval down to the lowest amount of health wins that game. And it's only 1 round, not 3. Now, that's the Gambit Prime mechanics, guys. Next, I'm going to talk about, once you've completed that, the Drifter will give you something called a synthesizer. Now, this synthesizer is how you're going to get into the Reckoning and how you're going to get the Prime Gambit armor sets. So, the synthesizer. When playing Gambit Prime, you will have been given, at the end of the games and from completing the bounties, a token that is called an Invader Synth, Collector Synth, Sentry Synth, and so on. These synths are what you're going to use in the synthesizer to get the armor pieces. So if you put an Invader Synth in, you'll get a weak Invader Emo Synth, which you will then take into the Reckoning, which you will only unlock once you've completed one of the Prime Gambit bounties from the Drifter, hence why I said you need to kill the Primeval from Gambit Prime. So you'll take this weak Emo Synth into the Reckoning, and there'll be a bank. You'll go up to the bank, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, but you will have to put your synthesizer into a specific side of the bank. You can't do it in any of them. So, go into the synthesizer, pick which armor set you want. So, if you want an Invader piece, you will pick an Invader Synth and you'll put that in the synthesizer. You will then go to the bank and deposit that into the bank. Once you've done that, it will open up a portal directly in front of the bank that you'll have to jump into. Once you've jumped into that, you will then have to complete the Reckoning Tier 1. So, how do you do this? Well, it's a simple wave mechanic. You will have to kill enough adds to get the indicator in the top left to 100%. Once it's reached to 100%, you will get a challenger. That challenger will spawn in the middle of the map, and it will be the same as the Primeval mechanic. You'll have like a Meatball or a Cabal Centurion or something like that spawn that'll have a star above its head. Each one will have its own sort of like little mechanic. Like the Cabal Centurion that we faced had its own tethers, so you had to just be careful not to get caught in them. Other than that, you just kill him. It isn't too difficult. I recommend melting points and stuff like that because they seem to do a massive amount of bonus damage when you're shooting them. And you only have a certain amount of time to do both of these. So the waves, killing the ads, you only have 5 minutes to do. And by the way, when you're not killing ads, if you spend any time, it will reduce the percentage. So you need to constantly be killing ads. And then when the boss spawns, you have, I think it's 2 to 3 minutes to kill him, or 2.5 minutes. But again, it's more than doable. We did it first time round and didn't even realise that that's the sort of time limit we were on. Upon completing the reckoning, you'll go back to the bank you deposited the weak emote synth, whatever it's called, and it will say collect loot. You collect the loot and it will give you an armour piece for that specific armour set that you have deposited a moat for. Now this is where things get tricky. You will see on the armour piece it says +1. Now, obviously, if you get all 5 armour sets, that means that it's only +5 to the perks. And if you look at the perk underneath your mobility, recovery, and health, it will show you how much you need to get the full set. And it says +16, I think it is. So how the hell do you get that? Well, this is it. After you've completed the reckoning, go back to the drifter, and you will see that he has some rewards for you. So you'll get your first new weapon from Gambit. I got a sword, weren't very good, so I'm not really going to keep it. And it'll be powerful as well. And it will also allow you to have access to new Prime Gambit and the Reckoning bounties. Now these bounties, so called, will give you a reward of, let me just have a quick look, 2 seconds. It will give you a reward of a synthesizer upgrade and an invader head upgrade. Now, the synthesizer upgrade, I'm not 100% sure what it does yet, because I haven't had a chance to complete one of these, so I'll go into more detail about that once we have it. But invader head upgrade, that says to me that we're going to be able to specifically upgrade a piece of armour each week from one of these bounties, and it'll turn it into a +1 from a +1 to a +2, which means that then bonuses all of a sudden means you don't need to use the consumables to get the boost. That is pretty much it, guys. That's all I've got to cover on this for now. I will do a more updated video as I learn more and play this season more and figure out what's going on. Obviously, there's a lot more to come because we've still got the Thorn quest, the Vanguard, Drifter quest line, more about the 9 coming up. There's a lot more stuff to come, and I will be covering it. So if you found this video helpful, guys, then don't forget to hit that like button, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you next time.